Hi all, welcome to Corporate Law. Today we are going to learn about modes of dissolution of partnership. First of all, we can have a look on what is dissolution. Dissolution means breaking apart. In business, dissolution means ending up or winding up of a business. It is given under section number 39. Dissolution of partnership can be in two types, without order of court and by the order of court. In without order of court can be of four types again: by agreement, compulsory dissolution, happening of an event, and by notice. By agreement or by mutual agreement. According to section number 40 of Indian Partnership Act 1932, partners can dissolve the partnership by agreement and with consent of all partners. Partners can also dissolve the partnership based on the contract they have already made, that is, partnership deed. Compulsory dissolution. An event can make it unlawful for a firm to carry on its business. In such cases, it is compulsory for a firm to dissolve. However, if a firm carries on one or more undertakings and one of them becomes illegal, then it is compulsory for the firm to dissolve. It can continue carrying out the legal undertaking. Section number 41 of Indian Partnership Act 1932 specifies the type of voluntary dissolution. On the happening of an event. According to section number 42 of Indian Partnership Act 1932, the happening of any following contingencies can lead to dissolution of firm, that is, death of a partner, insolvency of a partner, firms that are constituted for a fixed term, and the expiry of that term. Some firms are constituted to carry out one or more undertakings. Such firms are dissolved when the undertaking is completed. By notice of partnership at will. According to section number 43 of Indian Partnership Act 1932, if the partnership is at will, then any partner can give notice in writing to all partners informing them about his intention to dissolve the firm. In such cases, the partnership is dissolved on the date mentioned in notice. If no date is mentioned, then the firm can dissolve at the date of communication. Next is by the order of court. Any of these 7 cases can lead to dissolution of the partnership. It is given under section number 44. The cases are insanity, permanent incapacity, misconduct, persistent breach of contract, transfer of interest, continuous loss, just and equitable ground. First, insanity. Insanity means if an active partner becomes insane or of an unsound mind, and other partners or next friend files a suit in the court, and the court may dissolve the firm. There should be 2 conditions. The partner should not be a sleeping partner, and sickness is not temporary. Next is permanent incapacity. If a partner becomes permanently incapable of performing his duties as a partner and other partners file a suit in the court, then the court may dissolve the firm. Also, incapacity may arise from a physical disability, illness, etc. Misconduct. When a firm is guilty of conduct which is likely after prejudicially the carrying on the business and other partners file a suit in the court, then the court may dissolve the firm. Further, it is not important that misconduct is related to conduct of business. The court looks at the effect of misconduct of the business along with nature of the firm. Persistent breach of agreement. A partner may willfully or persistently commit a breach of agreement relating to the management of affairs of firm or reasonable conduct of business. Also, conduct himself in matters relating to business that is not reasonably practicable for other partners to carry out the business of the partnership. In such cases, other partners may file a suit against him in the court, and the court may order to dissolve the firm. Some cases of the embezzlement, keeping enormous account, holding more cash than allowed, refusal of such accounts despite repeated requests, etc. Transfer of interest. A partner may transfer all his interest in the firm to a third party or allow court to charge or sell his share in recovery of arrears of land revenue, Now, if the partners file a suit against him on the court, then the court can dissolve the firm. Continuous or perpetual losses. If a firm is running under losses and the court believes that the business of firm cannot be carried on without a loss in future too, then it may dissolve the firm. And the last one, just and equitable ground. The court may find other just and equitable grounds for the dissolution of firm. Some such grounds are deadlock in management, partners not being in talking terms with each other, loss of substratum, that means the foundation of the business, gambling by a partner on the stock of exchange. And this is all about modes of dissolution of partnership. Thank you.